Hey, I have already been doing some talking on this subject, but I just wanted to say something more. I mean, the Fragcomm, what's the big problem with these people who have channels like with over 100,000 subscribers and who are considered big influencers, let's call them that. Let's take it from the start. Many of them, I think, started off pretty innocently, on YouTube. Like, they just wanted to share their thoughts with others on perfumes, and yeah. I mean, I heard that some of them, like Jen Sense, even talked about other things also, like movies. But he stopped doing that. And why? Because he just got too big, as they say, for his britches. I mean, that's the problem. These people who have made it with by any means, I don't know. I mean, there have always been claims of people buying subscribers. It's possible. I'm not gonna say it's not happening, but anyway. Sorry, sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, anyway, where was I? When, sorry, when their channels start to really grow, as I said, no matter how they achieve that, honestly or not, something happens to their ego, because now they suddenly they start feeling and thinking, I'm a big deal now, I'm a big time influencer now, I have to change, and that's, sorry, where the worst begins, the worst part, and yeah, that's where the worst part begins, and it really does something to their ego, as I said. And then, they get sponsorship by some company, and, their ego goes through the roof. I mean, like, as I said, I'm not going to mention many names in this video, but I just want to make an example of this gentleman called Ashton Jensen's. So he used to do movies as well, talk about movies, and that was nice. But when he started getting these big numbers, subscriber numbers, when he started getting, let's say, endorsement, um, or sponsorship, he stopped doing movies. He only concentrated on these fragrance videos. If you ask me, if somebody was to offer me big money and say, right now, just do fragrance videos, don't do boxing, you know what I would have told them? Go F yourself. That's what I would have told. But I don't think any company would have made that demand, however. But yeah, maybe I would have to have two separate channels, one for boxing, another for fragrances. I have thought about it, but now that I have seen the ugly side of this whole business and Fragcomm, I don't feel like having a separate fragrance channel, because that would give an impression that I am a fragrance, that I am a sort of an influencer, or try to be anyway. So yeah, I would never give up anything just for the sake of the money. I mean, talking about other things that I love, because boxing as a love, let's say, or yeah, hobby of mine or an interest started way back, way before than my interest in fragrances. It has been lasting for really long. I can tell you, as a serious boxing fan, I have been over 20 years following boxing, and yeah, it's a big part of my life, to put it that way. So suddenly, I can't understand, and I cannot sympathize. I cannot understand. Well, let's say I can understand how somebody would just give up something they love doing just because of money, because there is no money in this, there is money in that, so I'm just gonna do that now. Yeah, but I don't sympathize with that. All right, money is, as they say, the root of all evil, and a lot of, you see in sports also, money is very, very important, like in football, for instance, or soccer, as the Yankees call it. I mean, people leaving their clubs, which they helped make bigger, stronger, just for the sake of money, for a bigger club. And then always, I've never been a fan of that either. But to return to this YouTube world, um, as I said, these guys, they start off, as I say, innocently enough. They just want to share their love and knowledge eventually of fragrances, of perfumes. And then, eventually, as their channel starts to grow, they start to receive offers, of course, and free bottles and shilling and all that begins. And I mean, it's like selling a part of your soul, actually. To me, it is. I mean, when after and when the big money started to pour in this whole thing, I believe many people kind of, in a way lost their soul. Yeah, because, I mean, it's just sad. I mean, you got people who change their whole appearance, their whole, image, and for the sake of being more, I don't know if you can call it presentable, but they probably thought, oh yeah, now I'm a star, I gotta change the way I look, I gotta look cooler or whatever. And that also is another thing, if I felt like changing my image or style, I would change it for myself, but not for somebody else, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, this is a very, and then very ugly game. I mean, and then I hate how everybody is like very nice and polite to each other on these streams, but in real life, then suddenly you see a clip of a stream somehow wind up mysteriously on a wrong, on a subreddit, where it shouldn't be, and accusations of this and that start flying, and then what happens? You later find out that one of these influencers tried to sabotage the other one's career or channel. And that's really despicable, of course. And yeah, there is no excuse. But it is very, sadly, it is very common, quite common anyway. And I just don't like when people show their other face, like fake face, here than in real life. I mean, in their private life. I wear the same face here that I wear in my private life. And I'm not gonna do this, smile or more than I would have normally done, like some do. I'm not gonna name the names. I think they know who they are. And another thing, this is now something else, but still, I mean, related to this Fragcomm BS. I mean, all these people who bring their, spouses, their whatever girlfriends, boyfriends, and into their videos. Like, I got something, to tell you, all you who did do that. We don't really care, We don't really care who you are with, It's not very interesting, It's alright to do it sometimes, but these people who do it all the time. I mean, is this your channel or is this his or her channel too? Make up your mind. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of pathetic that some of these people who are either married or, living with these big channel influencers are trying to, squeeze their way in somehow, or piggyback off their, partners to, get some, PR themselves, to say, hello, I am here too, I also like perfumes. Who gives a damn in the end? Who gives a damn? So, what makes you so special because you date or are married or living with somebody who has 300,000 maybe or even more subscribers? Yeah, so, I mean, but yeah, the worst thing is this change of attitude and ego. There are people who have been very nice to their followers and in the streams, and but suddenly they they of course encounter criticism and backlash and all that, and then they just become totally different people. They can't take any kind of even constructive criticism. And yeah, they cannot take anything. They become such divas and wounded egos and all that. And then of course you have isolated yourself. You are on your own, on top of your own ice mountain, and your ice castle, whatever. And you are, just up there saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna take any, criticism. I don't wanna, because I think I'm so great. Who are you to say that to me? I have, so and so many subscribers and make so and so much money and whatever. I have these perfumes which are made for me and blah blah blah. And what have you done?" So that's that kind of attitude, like they are kind of above us in a way. And I'm like, get over yourself. What have you done? Alright, you got maybe a couple of perfumes released for you, let's say, but so I have many others, and it's about perfumes, people. It's not about art. It's not about music. It's not about science. It's not about sports even. This is so something very, not very relevant in real life. And you make a big deal out of it. But continue doing that, and I'm just happy that I have been able to see through all this bullshit, through all the fakeness, and that's why I've now stopped following many of these people who I earlier thought were genuine and good people, but they have turned out to, as they say, crawl up their own ass, I don't know when, but they have by now done that, and I'm not interested in wasting my time with these people and all their endless lists. This summer, best summer fragrances, best fall, best winter, but this, that. It never stops. Yeah, so there you go. I mean, there isn't anything more to say. I mean, this game looked prettier way back, like 5 years ago, I'm sure. But then COVID came and the shilling began, and after that, and nothing's really been the same. And yeah, that's how it goes, fortunately. nothing we can do about it, but I hope I can help some people in a way to see the truth about many of these people. They are fake. Don't think, don't try, don't believe in that. Those smiles and all that. They're just there to sell their channel to you. And eventually, the perfumes that they like and perfumes they all get these discounts. And also, don't fall for that. Don't 10%. What's that? It's nothing really. It's not that much. So they get from those 10%, it goes to them actually. When you use those discounts, you're making money for them, not for so much for not saving up money so much, but giving money to them, in effect, but not your own money anyway. But all right, whatever. So they are there to sell you a product. Definitely, they are not being unbiased, especially when talking about companies they are affiliated with, and also even these online shops they are affiliated with also. So anybody who does ads for this, let's say, for these shops, you must know they are not to be really trusted. Sometimes maybe they are honest about what they like and don't like, but yeah, I mean, when it comes to taste, everybody has their own taste, so you cannot trust even that. So I mean, God knows I have fallen for this before and blind bought perfumes that I never should have, and wasted my money on that. So that was a lesson, of course. So yeah, anyway, I think I said enough. So, alright, have a good day, everybody. Bye.